Looking back at the incident, Wang Yibo's mandatory quarantine in a hotel due to the pandemic became an unexpected moment of concern for many. His fans, always keeping a close eye on his well-being, were filled with worry. However, perhaps the person who was most anxious about the situation was none other than Shiao Jean. The news of Wang Yibo's quarantine spread rapidly. While fans took to social media to express their support, Shiao Jean's reaction was more personal and emotional. He couldn't hide his concern and continuously checked on his close friend's situation. Over the years, the two had built an unbreakable bond, and the mere thought of Wang Yibo being confined to a hotel room made Shiao Jean restless. The sudden separation was not something either of them had prepared for. Though technology allowed them to stay in touch, the uncertainty of when they would meet again weighed heavily on both their minds. While Wang Yibo reassured everyone that he was fine, those who knew him well, especially Shiao Jean, understood that the situation was far from easy. During his quarantine, Wang Yibo barely stepped out of his room. The hotel doors were securely locked, meals were delivered to his doorstep, and all daily activities were confined within four walls. When asked if he felt bored, the actor and idol playfully denied it, admitting that he enjoyed the quiet time alone, spending hours on his phone without interruptions. But behind his light-hearted words, a different reality lingered. Though the room was clean and comfortable, the silence could be deafening. The isolation gave him plenty of time to reflect, and amidst those quiet moments, an overwhelming sense of longing crept in. He missed his daily routine, the bustling energy of the outside world, and, most of all, he missed Shiao Jean. The days in quarantine stretched on, each one blurring into the next. Initially, he enjoyed the freedom of doing nothing, but the monotony soon became unbearable. Every meal tasted the same. Every activity felt repetitive, and even endless scrolling on his phone couldn't fill the void of real human interaction. As someone who thrives on movement, whether riding motorcycles, dancing, or filming action sequences, being confined to one place felt unnatural. The walls of his hotel room seemed to close in, making him crave even the simplest interactions, like casual conversations with staff on a film set or spontaneous meetups with friends. There was also an underlying frustration. Wang Yibo was used to controlling his schedule, choosing where to go and what to do, but now his freedom was stripped away. He had no say in when he could leave, and that sense of powerlessness gnawed at him, making each passing day feel longer than the last. Despite his best efforts to stay positive, he couldn't help but glance at the calendar, repeatedly counting down the days until he could return to normal life. And, more importantly, reunite with Shiao Jean. On the outside, Shiao Jean was growing increasingly concerned. He kept wondering whether Wang Yibo was truly doing fine or just pretending to be okay. A phone call or video chat could bridge the gap to some extent, but it could never replace the warmth of in-person interactions. No matter how many times he reassured himself that Wang Yibo was safe, the inability to physically check on him made the wait unbearable. At first, Shiao Jean tried to distract himself with work, but his mind always drifted back to Wang Yibo. He constantly checked his phone, hoping for updates or a message. When they did manage to talk, Wang Yibo always put on a brave face, cracking jokes and downplaying his situation. But Shiao Jean could sense the underlying frustration and loneliness in his voice. This wasn't the first time they had been apart due to work or personal circumstances, but this time felt different. It wasn't just about distance, it was about uncertainty. Unlike a work trip, where schedules were set and reunions were planned, quarantine came with unpredictability. There were constant health checks, changing regulations, and the possibility of an extended isolation period. That uncertainty was what worried Xiao Jean the most. He found himself reminiscing about past moments, casual meetups, shared meals, or simply sitting together in comfortable silence. He realized how much he had taken those little things for granted. The absence of Wang Yibo made him appreciate their friendship on a deeper level. It wasn't just about the grand moments of success they shared, but also the quiet, everyday moments that formed the foundation of their bond. Every night before going to bed, Xiao Jean wondered, was Wang Yibo sleeping well? Was he eating properly? Did he feel lonely? He knew Wang Yibo wasn't the type to openly express his struggles, but that only made him worry more. The thought of his friend sitting alone in a sterile hotel room, masking his feelings with forced optimism, made Shiao Jean restless. It became clear that while Wang Yibo had everything he needed in terms of material comfort, it was the loneliness that weighed heaviest on him. The solitude wasn't the issue, the longing was. Loneliness is a strange thing. It doesn't always manifest as sadness. It can be a dull ache, an unshakable restlessness, or an inexplicable feeling of emptiness. For Wang Yibo, it was all of the above. He had never minded being alone before, but this time, solitude felt different. The forced nature of his isolation made it harder to embrace. Even when he kept busy with music, games, or online interactions, there was an underlying sense of disconnection. The presence of people on a screen could never replace the warmth of real-life interactions. Similarly, Xiao Jean felt the weight of absence in a different way. It wasn't just about missing his friend, it was about feeling helpless. Normally, if Wang Yibo was feeling down or exhausted, Xiao Jean could offer support, whether through words, gestures, or simply by being there. But now, he could do nothing but wait. That helplessness frustrated him more than anything else. For both of them, this experience became a lesson in patience and emotional endurance. It tested their ability to stay connected despite physical barriers. It also reinforced something they already knew but had never truly acknowledged: how deeply they valued each other's presence in their lives. As Wang Yibo's quarantine period neared its end, excitement began to build. Xiao Jean could finally allow himself to feel relieved, knowing that soon, they would no longer be separated by closed doors and silent screens. For Wang Yibo, the thought of stepping outside again and breathing fresh air felt like long-awaited freedom. But more than anything, he looked forward to seeing Xiao Jean. The first thing he planned to do? Give his friend a hard time for worrying so much. Of course, they both knew that underneath the teasing, there was nothing but gratitude and affection. Finally, the day arrived. As Wang Yibo stepped out of quarantine, his phone rang almost instantly. There was no need to check the caller ID. He already knew who it was. With a wide grin, he picked up. "I'm back," he said, his voice full of warmth. On the other end, Xiao Jean simply laughed. "Took you long enough." And just like that, things fell back into place. The separation had been tough, but it only proved what they had known all along. Their friendship could withstand anything. This story isn't just about quarantine. It's about the power of true friendship. Despite the distance and uncertainty, Wang Yibo and Xiao Jean proved that real bonds can withstand anything. What do you think about their friendship? Do you believe distance makes connections stronger? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Your support keeps us going, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.